Hallo, agus fátada chun leis an bhic seo ha mí nochas go mí seo fémal raibh inniu ha sin dul a bhríon rudbic me dhé in Aiste Ghoirid. Nuid cuaran a si féin an seo an na bearla mar is trí caiisiní cantain the 9 marker the new 2 watt extent. Ach seo in a kistin bí duine oer den rudbic immer genoch me dhé chaile laat buúlach ceintjoch mar a hat de gahétige macht den structure begoderir is kutter mich bulach sé kimmer de geinig is seo aan een diachi. Ach nu as je de moet bek me jeen eis ha mi nog eens ge féiksú go bhfuil in iad wa siimplí go fat go bríisi sias a chiist eis dúlach diana céimid chéim bigad vik in náte ví sminach géir maar woed mór. Dus dúlach mas kwil sinjorn ha sin in iad dul bhrí me jeen chiist 2 watt extent. Ach ha 3 chiisten aan van een hiechtel 9 marker. Maar sin ha kisten le 9 comharran is ha da jaar aan. Is hier de sin was dul bhrí nu. sé 2 watt extent ha total le 2 watt extent. Ach kujoch funne sin ha sin fein kistele ha toach le how important. Dus han da sin had niede waren roet se die doch gemú stoch klak fach goed roet beke der jaarlichtje son gegunig. Ha in daarne soors aan kujoch agus sé hu succesvol her. A seo roet beke der jaarlichtje is brini mi raif me jeen jaarjaar ach die doch bi fis aku ma hiesje kisle neich koren short na 3 soorte dooien as een fudig na kisten tochig. Oké, structure. Díadach colach the Aiste ha rora introduction agad. Paragraph hun, sin cúspar na ciste, de thea factor in the begoiget brien. What is your isolated factor? What is the question asking? Sin a héad paragraph. In daarna paragraph is een tres paragraph, stoch een kere paragraph. Ha si go vi brimi in cúspar in ile. Sin Ruder ha user tuig nach alles a geest a ha cochianse deze geest. So other factors. You've spoken about the isolated factor, but what else could be a possible topic that you could discuss as part of that question? Is Noorsen kehe kogunig. Hik sin trok ach ver seo agus fit si fast forward jani no pause jani a revs de piece doch far a velu struct. Oké, seo chéiste sin bli nu seach go sin go joch de chuspara seo. To what extent was the machine gun the most effective weapon developed during World War I? Nis mi noch eens go kain agin nu sin kwant isolated factor. Bí sin gra dégid in tot machas a chéiste seo. What could I take out of this question and replace with something else and the question still means the same thing? Ha mi noch eens go sé féking sé machine gun. As in show. So if you took out a machine gun and replaced it with something else, like a tank, to what extent was the tank the most effective weapon developed during World War I? That question still makes sense. Ha hiiste sin a Jenna Keel is mar sin ha fysagin right fé machine 3 million machine gun ounce in Aiste ha show. Okay, Rora. De Jemestu. In Cohex, buf gies Rudbeck meyin de ha tachart ik What is the historical context? What is happening in history during the time of the topic that you've been asked to discuss? Is notion ja, is seo ha sinne de Janu is chanin gire seo ha chudis mu de scolarin fech na halape Janu kujoch. Factor in. Isolated factor is cogu ga ile. Ha sinne bimi in den isolated factor a hakin je seo, machine gun. Is rotion themi sheich sminnig cogu ga ile. So for the introduction, there's one mark available. You can get that by doing the context, by talking about what's happening at the time in history, or, and this is usually the most common way to get the mark for the introduction, pupils attempt to talk about the isolated factor and explain what else they're going to talk about. Seo exemplar. Na Shamishet exemplar hortigaif de Cohex the battles of World War I were mostly fought in trenches which stretched across the west of Europe During this time, many new weapons were developed in order to try and break the stalemate. Jocht comharran airson sin. Ach Sean Peace Hashation is clachted the show, so it can be argued that machine guns were one of the most effective weapons developed during World War I. However, other effective weapons included tanks and machine guns. You cannot get 2 marks airson rora. Je moet do doch chaliglasach in ganishina yanu. Ach, she practice hand. It's good practice to try both, but for now, starting out, shinitoshach didach fiach piece may the factor in. So talk about what's in the question and then what other issues or topics that you think would be good to discuss. Maar hoort me comharran. Nisha, seo thea factor your primary isolated factor. The jemes du. Kiel di ceist ag toisach paragraph? Is in noorsin suas go coig piece in fiosrachaidh Aiste Ghoirid me yin factor sin. Heist an the show. We gaan goede paragraph acu toisach le fachglin hans ceist. On the show, machine guns were one of the most effective weapons developed during World War I. Can't get a ceist vacu to what extent were the suffragettes the main reason why women gained the vote by 1918. Na mich the Janu paragraph show, son a ceist suffragettes were one of the main reasons why women gained the vote by 1918. Hashid kutrmoch, famous in Janu. Even you chanau chula comharran to define. You will not get all the marks you need to get. You need to connect each paragraph back to the question. So noorsin, piece and fiosrachaidh. The machine gun could fire up to 600 bullets per minute and kill hundreds of enemy soldiers in a short period of time. The machine gun also had a longer range than regular rifles. The use of crossfire made the machine gun deadly. 3 piece and fiosrachaidh, ní the bar simply. Smara mashinid rora yanu ha kerst ha céad punkin ac céad comharran. So we're almost halfway there and we've just written 2 short paragraphs. Brish a ceist an art, break this question up and it's a lot less scary to deal with. Coig comharran, soring utain, suas go coig comharran. Nish a fachel gemal doa me yin a thank a show. Comharran balance, your balance mark. Sé anam rud ag gniúnach han ach hadríadach a cíalach gobalu shouting gnúring ut bhíon ma yin barach na has ceist. You're showing that you have your own knowledge and that you can apply that knowledge to your question. Maration plad and a ceist show a feinach ein ma yin machine guns. Son comharran balance ein to get your balance mark, féim de brí ma yin balaram another weapon. So machine gun, tank and gas. So if you talk about the tank or you talk about the gas, something that's not in the question, yohu comharran show. Comharran balance. Okay, cusperanele. Sa show ní the va first, a new structure sa her a chéad paragraph. The jemes du, kiel di ceist ag toisach paragraph is ga suas go coig piece in fiosrachaidh min a chusbar. Show sin ní riest, bis you faking, oh, have you show ekin re? So in Trapshaw, tanks were also an effective weapon developed during World War I. Is noorsin the piece in fiosrachaidh. Tanks were able to easily cross no man's land, which was an important tactic for trench warfare. Nisha, in N5 ham your shoch instead is gas gematriek be scholar in a feinoch. Fit me rutig gra ma yin ha markebi it dolum in much. Can I give a piece of information that actually almost argues against myself? It's a really, really good historical skill to show that you understand that it's not a straightforward answer. Yes, the tanks were effective. They really changed course of the war. But they were also ineffective in many ways. And as you can see here, however, tanks were also very slow and often got stuck in the mud or broke down. Agus hashin okay, piece fiosrachaidh han, sé ní than han, it's factual, hash fine comharran. So at the east, suas go coig comharran, ma ha brí me tanks, no ha brí me gas, no gebied de eile rud ag nachal a ceist hashin cuideoch the comharran balance ac in ein. seo sin I dhéist, paragraf I chéad. Dé dhémas tú, ceall is a chéist ag toiseach gach paragraf, suas go cóig pís an fiosrachaidh mún chusbar. Nus boab chodú rá, sin never ha mi custion sias, stoch nach al tor fiosrachaidh ma dhéin an isolated factor. Can na noch go chéist soas an tiachain. To what extent was the machine gun the most effective weapon developed during World War I? Sna can het de kujoch, gaan je verzakken met gaal, stoch vies fiosrachaidh ma dhéin machine gun, a gaan je verzakken met kaas op jelle. Ha sin oké, stoer je de comharran ein aan de paragraf ille. Is mar sin na góid fiacail ma hí sé céist chan sé budal céintach ma dhéin, ha dóin an comharran ein. Okay, so gas was also an effective weapon developed during World War I. Chonig sin a sentence sin ré. Gas such as mustard gas created panic and killed or wounded many by choking and blinding. Is a dheist, a negative, something going against your argument. However, gas was less effective because its success was dependent on good weather, so it was hard to control. Is a dheist, suas go cóig comharran agus ha sé comharran sin ein sin balance cuideach. Cogúnach. Nus in haachgad is a rora far nach ach comharran, you dagwoorden son cogúnach. So in the introduction, even if you do context and factors, you can only get a maximum of 1 mark. So that's why I usually say just focus on factors, get it done, 1 sentence. That's all you need. For the conclusion, there are 2 marks up for grabs. De dhémas tú. Frigad a chéist, cad déim factor is cutramiche, is ga ver seachad fianis son de record. Seo mis a frigad a chéist. Overall, machine guns were the most effective weapon developed during World War I. Sentence simply sa gás is ha mi fein chomhude airson sin. Scaskell be frigad a chéist. Is seo fianis. This is the evidence that I'm giving. This is because machine guns were able to kill a higher number of enemy soldiers quickly as a result of being able to fire hundreds of rounds a minute. Nus chan je piece fiosrachaidh urrainn, ha mis sin a ram mit ha as a paragraph ma dhéin machine guns. So I've already said that about machine guns. But that's okay. Ha sin cearsca leor ma chlachgus tú fiosrachaidh ha siar clachcaigh mit ha son fianis. Is sin a Jenny Keel. How we Jenny aragamat is nus had hí siú seo návar go mir seo a haig. Is ha fein da comharran ma ní gachrút. Nus de comharran ula goléir, in son rora, suas go cóig son paragraf a hun, suas go cóig son paragraf a ga, 3, stoch a chéad, agus ag an dhéadach son comharran son balance, son 3 ma dhéon búta gin nachal as a chéist, agus chéad johu da comharran son cogúnach a dheanamh. Ula goléir sin naig amach a naig. Ha mi nog eens gedro a video a seo fémal agus go bhfuil siú a fáach gin go bhfuil siú bhútbag níos clachte in is the córisha is structure a seo colch son a chéist na comharran. Ma ha chéistin sa biagu dena ceintioch fiosrachaidh agus ními ma dícheall feinarás thugu chobua sa gás.